In 1976, a man owned 10% of Apple. 12 days later, he sold everything for $800. Today, that stake would be worth around $300 billion. Most people call this one of the worst business decisions in history. But what if almost everyone is judging it wrong? Because one of the most dangerous mistakes humans make is this: just because the outcome was bad does not mean the decision was bad. Today we will answer 3 questions: why Ronald Wayne walked away, why outcomes fool us, and how to judge decisions more honestly. Most people know Steve Jobs. Most people know Steve Wozniak. Few remember the third founder, Ronald Wayne. Apple in 1976 was not really a company. It was 3 people, a garage, and one strange-looking computer. Wayne was older than Jobs and Wozniak. He handled business matters. He wrote Apple's first agreement. And 12 days later, he quit. Why? Most people assume Wayne lacked vision, but that was not really the problem. The problem was risk. Apple was a partnership, not a corporation. That meant if Apple borrowed money and failed, the founders could become personally responsible. Wayne had already gone through a failed business before. He understood what losing felt like. Jobs and Wozniak had little to lose. Wayne had more to protect. So from where he stood, walking away did not look crazy. It looked reasonable. Now here is where things become interesting. Humans are terrible at judging decisions. Because we usually judge backward. We see the ending first, then judge the choice. Apple became one of the biggest companies in history. So Ronald Wayne must have been stupid, right? Not necessarily. Professional poker players actually have a word for this, resulting judging decisions by outcomes. And we do this all the time. Imagine 2 CEOs launch the exact same risky product, same logic, same analysis, same decision. CEO number 1 launches. Just before a boom, sales explode. Everyone calls him a genius. CEO number 2 launches 6 months later. A recession hits. The product fails. Everyone calls him incompetent. Same decision, different timing, different luck. And suddenly, one becomes a visionary. The other becomes a cautionary tale. So if outcomes can fool us, how should we judge decisions? 3 questions help. Question 1. What was the expected value? Not certainty, probability. Think in possibilities, not predictions. Question 2. What was the downside? If things go badly, how painful is failure? Different people can survive different risks. Wayne had more to lose. That matters. Question 3. What information existed at the time? Do not judge 1976 using information from 2026. That is cheating. Everyone looks smart after seeing the answer sheet. This is not really about Ronald Wayne. It shows up everywhere. Investing, changing jobs, buying property, starting a company, moving countries, relationships. People love saying, "You should have known." But the future was invisible. The people making decisions were living inside uncertainty. And uncertainty feels very different when you are standing inside it. So here is my take. Ronald Wayne did not make one of history's worst decisions. He made a reasonable decision inside an uncertain world. And we should stop confusing bad outcomes with bad judgment, because the world is full of people who got lucky and think they are smart, and full of people who got unlucky and think they failed. Good process loses sometimes. Bad process wins sometimes. But over long enough periods, process wins. One quick note. This is my personal take. If you see things differently, trust your own view. I am here to share a perspective, not a verdict. I am curious. What decision in your own life looked wrong at first, but later turned out to be right? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.